Hi guys, welcome to the session. In this session, I'm going to demonstrate Oracle 19C data guard installation on both the nodes like primary and standby. And also we will see the shrink, whether archives are shipping from, this is a primary, if you call it as a production, to standby server. This flow, complete flow we will discuss, okay? Why we need data guard? Data guard for disaster recovery purpose. If anything happen on our production database, green symbol is there. No, this is our production database. So live transactions. If you have a Flipkart, Amazon, other businesses, people, whatever the data, whatever the transactions they are doing or using their website, the transaction should store in specific place. That place we call it as a database. In our case, it's a Oracle database. So in that database, each and every transaction is going to store it. Okay, if something happened to the database, those transactions we will lose it. The company will lose those transactions. So to sake of those transactions save, we are planning DR site, another site, exactly whatever the configuration we are having this primary database. Similarly, I'll show you that. Okay, here we have two servers. This is one server and this is another server. Primary is our production server. Whatever I'm showing here is green color, right? This is our primary server. Whatever I mentioned standby, this we are going to configure. I'll take it another new servers now. I'll show you that. Okay. If anything happened to this primary, same time we need another instance available. Okay, at that time companies also they won't lose any data. Okay, 100% they're happy with the transaction or data is safe. For that purpose only Oracle has introduced this data guard concept. Data guard to save the data. Okay, data is the transactions, company information. Clear? If anything goes this production, another site the same configuration will be there. That will be we will use this place as a primary database. Clear? In our previous sessions, we explained the flow, how the archives are shipping from primary to this standby, how many ways we are going to configure physical standby, logical standby, snapshot standby. These are all the types of standby database. Standby means, if simple, you are in a cricket player, you know, right, cricket. We are selecting 15 members for team. Okay, only 11 members can play at a time. Remaining 4 people, we call it as a standby. If anything happened to those 11 members, the primary members, okay, somebody, those who are standing or standby for that place, they will replace it, right? Same way, we are making our production database another standby. We can create n number of standby databases for single production. Clear? Okay. Let me create. Okay, I'll start for this, right? To build our I'll show you the primary database configuration and also standby database configuration also. So for that I need to create 2 servers. Okay, I have another test one. I'll give you the diagram and then you guys can able to understand. Paint. Okay, this is my primary server, or I'll make it as a prod. Okay, prod db server. I'll create this server now. If you create a server, you need operating system, right? Without operating system, we cannot use this server. Server means it's a software and hardware combination. In server means we have a RAM will be there, right? Memory and hard storage will be there. Here you can see, right? RAM, it's a memory, storage to store your data or information on the server. Without this memory and storage, there is no use of this server. Okay. Even though you are having memory plus storage, we need somebody to help us to store our operating or help to store this information into the server. That is called as an operating system. Operating system is a medium to help the users to create their databases, to create their applications, and then they can able to store their data. Without this operating system, we cannot use this memory and storage. Same way we have a laptop. Okay, when you are going to purchase your laptop, Without operating system also, you can purchase the laptop with less price. If you are going with the operating system, that is a different price will be there. Okay, simply I am saying that without that operating system, can we use that laptop? No, right? Same way, in a server, without operating system, we cannot use that server. For that purpose, we are using operating system is Linux on the server. I already installed in testdb clone. I just installed this operating system to save the time. That's it. And database, on top of this operating system, we need to install the database. Okay. This database, we call it as a production or prod DB server. Another same server I'll create it, that is standby DB or DRDB. I make it as a DRDB. Both are same, disaster recovery DB or standby DB. Any one of that name we can give it to this. This data, whatever we are making transactions, that will sync it here. Okay, so it's a, if anything goes wrong, the data, this database is not available, the server is crashed, we can use this as a primary. Okay, let me create it. So I need to create two servers. On both the servers, we need to install the operating system that is already there, and database we need to install. Software we need to install on both the servers, but database creation, okay, software only we are installing on the both the nodes. Database creation should be one node, that is on this node. Why? Because the database we are accessing for both the servers from the single location. Database is nothing but CRD files, control data files, and Redula physical files. So no need to create these. This is not a software. Database is not a software. Okay. Database software will be there. That is different. Okay. Let me create the server first. If you want to create a server using the existing one, we are making a clone. I'll make it prod db1. It's a host name. Which location I want to create? I will create it wherever I have storage. I'll create a new folder, dz2. Okay, data guard 2. That location I'm going to create. That's it. Click it and then finish. Okay, that is for one server. Another server, let it complete. I'll create one more clone after finishing of this. Okay, done. Prod DB server has been created successfully. Now I'll create stand DB. From the same server, I'm going to create DRDB DR node. That is fine. DRDB or DR node. That is fine. That also I need to mention specific location where I need to configure DZ2, right? The same location I'm going to create. Full clone I'm doing. Okay, while it is doing that standby clone, let me start this prod DB, and then there we are going to install our database software and prerequisites. Host name also we need to change. Those I'll show you. Okay, done. DR node also done. Prod. This is my primary. This is my secondary standby. This one is prod DB1, and DR node is this one. Let me remove this. Let me rename it. I just prod DB is fine. Okay, not 1 and 2. Clear. Let me start this. Start this machine first, and then second machine I'll start it. Okay, we have somewhere I mentioned the steps, what exactly we need to do as part of this DR build. I used to mention somewhere else. I'll show. Yeah, here it is. For configuring the data guard setup, we need two servers. One is for primary and production. We call it as. Another one is standby or stand. In our case, we are mentioning what we are going to prod DB DR node. Okay, prod DB. Instead of standby, we are giving DR node. These two nodes, high level steps. First, we need to build this database, and then we need to configure the database here. Then I'll show you this high level. It's very simple. It's half an hour task. But this one now, node creation and all, that could be half an hour something. That won't take much. Okay, whether my database has been started or not, let me check. Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to stop all these things. Unnecessary, my memory will eat. power of primary, power of standby. So I'm using 6 GB for this, 6 GB for this, so 12 GB almost it is there. Still, we can use it, but without confusion and all, just using single node, that is fine. Okay, let me, okay, only Oracle is there. Okay. So let me log into the server. Why? Because I cloned from this node, right? Test DB clone something. Node also, host name, we need to change it here. Okay. Whenever we are trying to log in first time, this prompt will be come up. That's okay. Skip it and then start using. Finish it. No issues. Okay. Test DB is a host name, but our name is prod DB. We need to change it, right? Let me change it. PWD. For that root, I'm trying to connect to root user. I have connected. Okay. NMCLI general host name. What is our host name? testdb.local domain. I'm going to change that host name to proddb, PROD proddb dot local domain, local DOMAIN. Done. Now check it. What is our host name? proddb local domain. We need to update in our etc host as well. etc host, etc host is nothing but it will hold your host name with IP. If you are calling with this database server or this server with IP name, it will ping it, or it will allow you to connect it. Or else if you want to connect with this name, it will allow you to connect it. So to replicate or to simplify the host name, we are matching with the IP and the host name identification purpose. So etc host. Okay, let me check this thing first. If config will show you which IP your server is running now. If config will show you this is my IP address 192.56.125. That I need to update it here. 125. Let me insert, delete 125. And what is my name? This one, prod db. That is fine. Prod db. Next one, we are what name we have given? Let me check. Standby node, dr node. Okay, this one is dr node, node. Okay, I haven't configured, but as a prerequisite, or I'm going to update it. This I'll give it 126. It could be 126, but I'm just thinking of this. It should take that only. Copy, paste it. Okay, I have updated this in my this one etc host also, prod db local domain, host name. What is my host name? Prod db local domain. Done. No issues. So let me reboot this init 6. It will restart the server. Okay, and then meanwhile I'll start this dr node also. This also we need to change the name. After that we can install the database software directly. There is no other, like there are some prerequisites I already applied, but I'll show you that as well. Database prerequisites. By using m command, we are going to install that. Let it start. Stand by. Okay, it has been completed. Root user. So in this session, you are going to see how to install the database also. Okay, done. Our host name is proddb. It is updated properly. Okay, then df-h, what are the mount points we are having here? That is fine. This is okay. Okay, this is different mount point which is there here. Whatever the software VBox related. Other than this, if anything goes 100%, our server will not work. That's okay. Do we have U01 mount point? Yes. And do we have Oracle user? Yes, we have. So by using this Oracle user, we are going to install our database. Do we have U01 mount point with Oracle product? Yeah. Nothing. Software is not there. I have just created this directory already there. So let me unzip the software to this location. Software is located here. Even we can connect the servers outside of this VM. I'll show you. That is better, no? I should not copy paste will be difficult here. Let me take this. Okay, let me connect it outside. From here, I'll try to connect it. Outside VM. Oracle, no, root. First, we will connect with the root. First time when you are connecting to this, it will accept, then provide the password for the root. It will allow it. Next time, it won't ask you. And then we'll connect with the Oracle user also. Same server, Oracle, to install the software. Okay. We will get some X authority, right? Software we haven't unzipped. That's where we are getting. I'll fix that issue later. This we will cancel it. This we can close. That is fine. Let me connect with 126. Okay, we will do one by one. Okay, we'll do one by one without any confusion. 125 root user I have connected. diff and kh. So I'm going to unzip the software, 19C software. That is not there. 19C DB. Okay. Here is my database software. Okay. This is my database software, which I have placed in my local desktop. Now I'm trying to Oracle product. Okay. See, in this location, we don't have anything as of now. Now I'm going to unzip the software to this location. Okay. Let me go to that softwares. Then this location, that's it. Unzip software -d. We need to mention -d means directory and which location I want to go and then unzip it. So software is going to unzipping that location. Okay, if you want, you can see here. Oracle home. You can see now the software is downloading with the root user. Okay, let it complete and then we can start run installer to configure our database. Let it complete. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll go to another node, standby one, root user, root. DR node, right? We are preparing the DR node now parallelly. Okay. If config, which IP it is running? As I mentioned, 26, right? Yeah, I'm correct. This 26 it took. 125 is for primary, 126 for standby database. So let me update this host name also. NMCLI general host name. Host name is dr node dot local domain. Done. Updated. Then etc host file will be there, right? Let me take it from here and then I'll copy paste it here directly without typing and cat etc host. Whatever we have here, I'll just take it out and then I'll copy paste it here inside of this node vi/etc host. Enter. Okay, I'm going to removing 2 lines. Done. Insert, end, enter, then paste it. So 125 for my primary database host name, dr node for 126. That is done. Let me reboot this. Standby. IN96. IN90 means shutdown. Server level. IN90 init 6 means restart. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll see a software. Yeah, it is done. So here we have the software is downloaded. Earlier we are seeing few files, right? Once that unzip is completed, all the files is been unzipped. These files are having root user and root group. We should have this user ID should be Oracle. This group should be o install. Let me change the permission. chown -rf Oracle :o install. Oracle is the group. O install is Oracle is the user. O install is the group. And also I'm going to change permission 777 to U01. Done. Now you can check ls-ltr. Now it is root user, root group, and also permission is not full, right? If I can see ls-ltr, Oracle is the username, oinstall is the group. That's it. So we are now ready to install our database software, but I'm just checking what we are using the SID. SID is epac I mentioned. I don't want to mention that name. Okay, insert, delete. SID I to mention which name I need to give prod. Leave it. Okay. Production database prod I'm giving SID. Even database name also I'll give prod. Remaining as it is. Save. To update that SID in, I'll show you this. I have just now updated the SID, right? That is not updated. It is showing epac only. If you could, whatever the changes you updated here, you need to compile that. To compile with the dot only. Let me check again. See now prod is been changed, right? That is the one where we are going to update it. That's it here. Now we are ready to install. Yeah. Any questions?
Recording.
Yeah, it is recording. Session is recording, correct.
Okay, can you please speak with Telugu language?
We'll see later on. Okay. I'll explain you Telugu in later. Okay. This part we already discussed. We have two sessions, right? Okay. Even though I'll take you next session, no problem. Run installer. Run installer is the command to install your database software. Okay. We are doing this activity on our primary prod database. Okay. In real time, you don't need to do these things. Prod already there. You need to configure the standby. But in our case, we are doing lab session. No, we are going to create this. So I'm not going to create the database and the software installation at one go. If you want to go, you can go with this. I'm going with first software installation, then the database configuration. What will happen if software we are installing means all the binaries related database supported related softwares will libraries will install. If you create the database, your system table space, sysops table space, undo, temp, those will create it. Those I will do later. Okay. First I am doing software creation only. Okay. Single instance or rack instance. We are going with a non-rack. So you can select this only. Then enterprise or standard edition. Standard edition is normal thing, like we will not get more features. But in enterprise edition, you are getting license also cost high cost for this enterprise. Also, more features we will get it. So base location is this. Base means where your database Oracle Home is going to install. Where is your diagnostics should install. Where is your data file should install. This is the base. From this base location, your inventory, everything will be one step back, or you can create it here itself. So inventory is one step back for your Oracle base location. Okay. What is your group? Under which group you are going to install? O install is my group. Oracle is my user. O install is my group. So I'm going to change the group for all these operations. Okay. O install. Instead of these groups, I'm using O install is for all the groups. So we will get some root.sh scripts. If you want to use root password directly, if you enter root password, it won't give you those two scripts to update your Vara inventory and all. But I am not giving this. I will let the scripts will present. We will execute it manually. So leave it blank. Prerequisites. If any storage issue is there, if any RPMs are not installed, then we will get some errors here. If it is not getting throwing any errors here, we are good to proceed and then install. So our software, only we are installing software. We are not configuring the database. Run installer will do software installation. Okay, it won't take more than 3 minutes or 4 minutes. It will complete immediately. Let me check our standby. What is the status? Okay, we have rebooted. Let me log into the standby. Yeah, DR node means standby. Just you can have a word on like eye on that part. Okay. What else? Okay, DFKH. Mounts are fine. That's okay. ID Oracle. It is there. Okay. We need to unzip the software in 0 Oracle product. This in this node also we need to unzip the software. We haven't unzipped it. No files are there in this location. Okay. Let me do that. Media. Paste. Softwares. Okay. 19C softwares. Done. So unzip -d. Generally, we are going to install this on primary only. Primary node itself, we are going to do the clone. But in this session, I'm going to show you step by step. Okay. Standby also we are configuring individually. So on standby, software is going to unzip it. Leave that part as it is. Let me check the database part. As I said, we'll get 2 scripts, right? Before, if you are not providing the root password there, we will in this step, I think, root scripts execution. These only, for these 2 scripts only, I haven't unchecked there. I haven't checked there. We need to execute these 2 scripts using root user. It will give you the clear-cut instructions. Open a new terminal, log in with the root, run the scripts, and return back to here. Then click it OK. Let me copy this first, and then I already connected to the root user. I'm going to execute it. That's it. It is completed. Vara inventory, it is going to update. Read-write permissions. It is going to update with read-write permissions. Okay. And then next script. It will update your Vara. What is that? Vara tab. That is also done. I'll show you this owner, Oracle user, and the home, where it is going to update. Copying the DB home, Vara env, cron env, I think so, Cora env something. These are all the libraries which are there for the software installation practice purpose. It is going to create your Vara tab. Vara tab, it holds SID name and the database home location. Okay. Why we need this Vara tab needs to be updated. If you are installing multiple databases on this server, ProdDB, you can install n number of databases. Okay, at that time, to hold all the database informations on this particular server, all the information will stored in your Vara tab. Okay, that is and Vara inventory for store the configuration changes on your Oracle homes. It will update the Vara inventory also. You are applying the patches, you are doing some changes, everything will store in your Vara inventory. For that purpose, those 2 are maintained by a root level. Okay, admin privilege, higher admin privileges. For that purpose, we need to configure these 2. Okay, click OK. So our software installation is completed. Let me check. See, our software installation, run installer is completed. If you want to see the database is not started. Okay, just software we have created. Why? This SQL Plus is a tool to connect your SQL prompt. This tool has been created. So there is no database as of now. If you want to create a database, we can do right now also. Okay, I'll do that. How we are going to create a database? By using dbca command, database configuration assistance. Or else you can do a silent mode also, we can do it. But in this session, I'm going to show you dbca command, database configuration assistance. Okay. Database software installation by using run installer, we already did it. To configure your database, dbca, database configuration assistance. So you are going to create a database? Yes. If any database already existing in this node, right, it will show you the delete database option also. So there is no databases. For that purpose, it is not enabled. Even to drop or delete a databases on the server also, you can use dbca command. Okay. These are all the default informations which are there for your global database name and all, but I'll go with advanced configuration. So general purpose, we are not going for data warehouse or custom databases. We are going with a general OLTP. Okay, only online transaction processing purpose. And what is your database name? We are going to mention the database name is prod, and SID we already mentioned prod only, right? If you want to see, you can see it. Where I have mentioned home, Oracle location, cat, dash underscore profile. See what is our SID name? PROD. Same I am going to provide it here. This is for your SID instance name. This you can mention your global database name. Even the database name also, you are going to mention the same thing. So you want to go with the PDB or non-PDB. I'm not going with a PDB. It is a non-multi-tenant. I'm going with 19C. Okay, 19C, non-multi-tenant option. But in your 21C and 23C, we don't have this option. We have to go with a multi-tenant. There is no non-multi-tenants in 21C and 23C databases. That I'll show you in few minutes. Okay. Use the temp files or use this or OMFT. I'll use this OMFT. Use the following storage attributes. That is fine. OMFT means Oracle Managed File System. I no need to mention each and every data file. Oracle itself, it will maintain your data files. Okay. FRA, if you want to maintain or enabling the archive, I'm not going with FRA or enabling the archives. Leave it as it is. I'll enable archive log mode later on, not now. So you want to configure your listener parameters, TNS names, you can do here also, but I will do it later. DB vault, it is not required, security purpose. SG and PGA, leave it as it is, blank. No need to select not blank, default value. I'm not going to configure OEM, so I'm going to uncheck this. So you want to use the different passwords for sys and system users, you can use also, but I make it all admin users credentials are same. Okay, then click it next. Create your database. That's it. No need to update anything here. Just click on next. So this is all the default information. What is your parameter files? DB name, prod, compatibility 19.0. These are all normal things. See here, sysauc, system, undo, user table spaces are going to create it now. Before we used run installer, right? Here, run installer. At that time, we don't have these options, right? That software only created. By using DBCA, we are going to create all this information, parameter files, everything we are going to create it. This is your database. This DBCA, using this utility, we are going to create a database. It will take 5 to 10 minutes. It depends upon your server capacity and the system speed. Okay, leave it as it is. If you want to monitor, you can monitor using the details. What is going to perform this one? Okay, leave it that. So our primary database is ready now. Once it is done, it is ready. Then we can focus on this thing. Standby, DR node. Okay, for DR node also, let me connect it from here. 192.168.56.126. I think yes, that is right. Root is user. Accept it and root password. Okay, this is my DR node. See, this is my DR node. Let me take one more session for Oracle. What is the release? How you can find OS version also, you can find it. Cat etc Oracle release thing. etc host, right? Host. Okay. Take this, connect with Oracle, enter the password. Yes. Okay. Leave it as it is. That is fine. So what I need to do? Okay, I have copied the software, right? Whether it is completed or not, let me check. Okay, software unzip is completed. Remaining things we can do it from here. The same server, remaining steps we can do it from here. chown -rf Oracle :o install to u01. Done. chmod -rf 777 to u01. That is fine. Okay, let me, this error we got it now. Let me duplicate. That's it. It should not get it. Close this. Okay, from here I need to modify the bash profile. SID name, I'm going to change it. Here it is showing APAC, right? I'm going to change. For that we make it prod, right? dr stby, or which name we need to give? prod _dr. It is fine. dr node, drdb. It's perfect. So it is a dr or standby. We make it. I'm going to give this name as dr. Okay, let me check. Echo $oracle underscore home. That is okay. SID name is drdb. This is important. Okay. What is our SID name for this one? Prod, right? This SID name I give it as a drdb. Okay, it is going on. Creating starting Oracle instance. Okay, let it complete. So here we are going to install the database software. We are not going to create this whatever we are doing here on production, right? DBCA, database creation, it is not required here. Why? Because same database we are going to clone the data to this node. We need to sync this this data, whatever the data here, we need to sync the data to this standby. Okay, there should not be any new data for this one. Whatever the data is having 125 node, primary node, the same data should have 126. That is where, right, if anything goes wrong in 125, we can use this 126 as a primary. Okay, run installer to configuring the database, not the configuration, installation of your database. So same home should be there. Path, Oracle home path should be same, and SID we can make it different. Database name should be same, and the same operating system should be there, and everything should be similar to your primary, the standby. Okay, nothing will be different as it is. Whatever the permissions, users, groups, everything we need to match same. Otherwise, there could be some issues. Pre-checks should pass. There is no issue. Okay, install. So we are installing data. We are installing the software, database software on standby. Parallelly. Okay, let me pass this. It could be taking longer time, right? Okay, we need to execute these two from the node to root user. 126 is our standby. Execute. Done. Vara inventory permissions has been updated. Then Vara tab will update the script. That's it. Now come to here and then click OK. So standby side, we have configured our database successfully. Standby side database is configured properly. Primary side, we have configured install the software, and we are going to, what we are doing? Yeah, done. It is also completed, successfully completed. Okay. Close this. Database has been, what is your global name? Prod. SID name prod. Okay, SP file is created. Close. Now we are ready with our primary database. If you want to check, you can check SQL plus SSDBA. Database is up and running. Select name, comma, open underscore mode from vDalab database. Prod database. Okay. Whether the database is in archive log mode enabled or disabled, how we can identify? Using the same log mode. In the same command you can use, or archive log list also you can use, anything, it is fine. Log underscore mode from vDalab database. No archive log mode. We need to, if you want to configure your data guard setup, your primary database should be in archive log mode. Otherwise, archive logs will not generate, right? If it is in archive log mode, if you put your database in archive log mode, whatever this is an SGA, it is redo log buffer. This will, redo logs will write in your log files, right? This is redo log files. If you enable the archive log mode, this redo log files will stored in archive log files. These are archive log files. Backup of your redo logs. As of now, there is no archive log backup, only redo logs, general backup it is there. For DR setup, you need to enable archive log mode. If you enable the archive log mode, redo logs will write in archive log files. Okay, now? Clear. Now we can start. Let me explain the steps now. So now we have created our primary database. Our standby is ready. Now what we are going to do this DR enable. Okay, high level steps. Force logging mode should be enabled. Archive log mode should be enabled. Flashback should be enabled. Force logging and database flashback should be enabled. Then P file we need to create. Okay, the same P file we can use for our standby database. P file we need to create from SP file, copy to standby database. Edit the parameter file on standby, update the values according to your standby database. Parameter values on the primary. We need to update some of the parameter values. I'll show you what is the log config, log file name convert, DB file name convert, file underscore server. All those parameters we need to change. Also, the password file which is there on primary, you can copy to standby. Okay, to connect the standby server with this primary with admin level activities, if you want to perform, the password file is required. Okay, that we need to do it. I'll show you that. Then create a directories on standby. Why we need these directories? What are where your data files are there? In data files are there in primary only, right? We don't have a data files on standby. Standby we have only software. Data files, audit files, everything is there on our primary only. So similar kind of select star from dba underscore data underscore files. So our data files are stored in this location. Okay. Same way, this one, vara prod. Similar way, we need to create directory structure in our standby. So we don't have any such files and all. Here we need to create a directory. Not with the prod name, you can create with a dr name, dr node or drdb or prod underscore dr. In that way, we can create it. Similar kind of one. Okay. I'll show you what to do, how to do all these things. Start the instance, standby instance, we need to start with no mount and whatever the P file we have created, that by using that P file, we need to start it. And then create SP file from that P file. That I'll show you. On the standby side, these steps are standby side. These two are from standby side. Set up the listeners. Meanwhile, also we can do listener and TNS network setup. As part of the database installation, we haven't configured the network. Okay, listener and TNS names. That we can do that on both the sides, primary and standby side. So, and then once the network setup is done, we need to connect to rman. Then we need to restore duplicate by using the duplicate command, rman duplicate. Standby database, we will create it. That I'll show you. Then check the archives which are moving from primary to standby or not. We can check. We need to enable the MRP process. Then check the sync. That's it. Very simple. We'll go by one. Okay. High level steps. No. This we will do it. I have clear cut instructions from where we need to start. Bash profiles and all done. Clear. Okay. Now we are here. No. Archive log list. Our database, it should be enabled archive log mode. But our database is not. Our database is not. Oh, sorry. Okay. The database is not, archive log mode is not enabled. For that, what we need to do? Shut immediate, shut down, and then we need to start the database in mount mode.
Startup mount. Alter database. Alter database archive log.
Okay. Good.
Alter
we'll
database. Okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Good. Shut immediate, database is closed. Instant. Okay. Startup mount. Database in mount stage. Then alter database archive log to enable the archive log. Then we can do other steps also. Few of them. Force logging. We can enable it when the database is up and running, or here also we can do alter database force logging is done. Then flashback also we can enable it. Now or later we can enable it. That's okay. Okay. Then alter database open. Database is opened. Now we can check what is our database status. Whether archive log mode enabled or not. Yes, it is enabled. Archive log mode is enabled. So that step is completed. You want to see the archive log list, you can check. This is our archive destination path. Archive destination path also there. That is fine. Then next, flashback needs to be on. Let me enable the flashback. Cannot turn on flashback. Recovery area is not enabled. FRA. Okay. Show parameter. Show parameter db underscore recovery. This db recovery file destination and the size. This should be enabled for your flashback. These are not enabled. If you want to enable these two parameters, right? First we need to define the size. Then we need to update this destination. Okay. Control F. Okay, let me take the parameter. Alter system set the parameter we can use. Where? That's okay, 10 GB, right? We can make that. Alter system set 10 gig. Scope, SCOP, both. Done. And then alter system set destination, where we want to give this archives destination. We can give this destination for that, or else we can give FRA should be there in our location. Let me check another location. U01 app, Oracle, or data, prod 1. Okay, that also we can give, or FRA also we can make it one more directory here. mkdir FRA. We can give this also. Okay. This, that is fine. Single code we need to enable. Or it will take, yep, done. So let me check the where it is. Now we can, if you want, you can enable this flashback also. Permissions denied. File initialization already managed. Okay. Oh, we have created this FRA with root privilege. CHO-RF Oracle O install /U01. That's it. That is the issue here. We have created that FRA, this directory, no? This using root privilege. That's where we are getting that. Okay. Flashback is also enabled. That is fine. Okay. Then what else? So force logging enabled. Unique name already, it should be as part of the database creation, it should be updated. The unique name is prod. We have to update this DB unique name in standby. That is different name. We can see it and then we can update it. DB reco or some other name we can make it. Destination file FRA. That is okay. DB recovery destination FRA. FRA. Sometimes the name also it should take calculated that. Take that. AREA. Insta. Change mode icon. I will send. That is fine now. FRA created. Let me update this. FRA updated. Flashback also after that we have enabled, right? That is fine. If you are trying one more time, no, it will throw in. Yeah, it is already enabled. That is fine. FRA have updated to this location. Why? Because the location which sometime the Oracle itself, it will take it this FRA area. Till this part, it will take Oracle base and then it will take this. We have created the same, right? Oracle base, fast recovery area. That is fine, clear. Okay, these are all the important parameter, parameter files on primary side, which we need to do. Log archive config, racks. Okay, these are all the parameters where we are going to update it. Okay, let me take a new tab and then I'll create it. So what is our primary database one? Prod. What is our standby one? Let me check our standby SID name. Echo dollar Oracle underscore SID DRDB, right? That is fine. So DRDB. If you want to update, let me update it. Control H. I'll make it prod. Replace all. Standby. Control H. DRDB. Replace all. Clear. So no need to mention like manually. Everything is done. Like this is our prod. Wherever it is a prod is there, it's a primary. Wherever is DRDB is there, it is a standby one. These are all the parameters. Log archive destination. It will copy all your log files from prod to this location. Destination 2 is for service. This one is providing to this service. Service means DRDB. Whatever the logs are generated on the primary side, those will, I think location also use DB recovery file list is there. This is not the correct one. Here we are using different location. We are mentioning how we are going to identify that. Archive log list. Archive log list. Okay, now it is enabled. Earlier it is one different thing. That is fine. If you enable the archive destination and all, it will use this one. Use DB recovery file destination. Same. Use DB recovery file destination. So, and file server DRDB. No need to mention file underscore client from the 19C onwards. Okay, no need to mention file underscore client thing. In our primary, we are mentioning DRDB. If it is the same on standby, we need to mention the prod primary thing. Standby file management should be auto. By default, it is a manual. Yeah, whatever the files we are going to create on the primary, automatically those should create on the standby. If you mention manually, it won't allow you to create. You have to create whatever the files you created on the primary. Same you have to create on the standby also. That is where we need to mention auto. So these are all important parameters. Max process also 4 will be there. That is fine. You can keep by default 4 will be there. That is fine. Completely. So done. All 5 files are updated. Then DB file name converts, and from where we are going to convert. This we are mentioning DRDB standby. This from the prod thing. On standby we need to mention from here first prod one, then standby in the standby parameter file. So DB file name convert and log file name convert. Whatever the files are generated here under this is not okay. Let me check whether it is the correct directory or not. I think it could be a capital letter. That also we need to look into it. Okay, ls-ltr. There is no file, so that's where I mentioned no. Whatever the name, it could be a prod is a capital. That's where this we need to use. Okay, prod. Here also, if you want to create directory structure, DRDB. This if you want to create it DRDB, I'll mention capital DRDB. This place only we need to look into it. Whether we have this path or not, let me check on standby side. ls-ltr. No, right? Create it. Make directory -p drdb. Done. I have created as it is. So drdb path is there. Here also you can mention prod. 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 That's it. Okay. Primary side where we are created alter db file name convert, log file name convert is completed. Okay. db create file destination, that is fine. db create this one we need to mention. Okay, where your data files are storing parameter. So path is not setted, right? We have to use our common path where our production database thing will be there. This we need to mention. This is one thing. So let me check the show parameter. Yes, the path is updated. This path is there or not? Can you check on the server? It is there under prod. That is fine. Then we need to create our standby logs on primary. If you have standby logs 3, normal $log file, if you identified that $log file, as of now, there is no standby logs. Okay, we need to create those. Let me take $log files. Where it is? Where? This one, right? Yeah. How many logs we have? 1, 2, 3 log groups are there. So we need to create one extra redo log for this one standby purpose. So standby logs we need to create 4, and also with the size minimum it is a 200 GB existing log file size. So group 1, group 2, group 3, 3 groups are there. Each group 1 thread is there. So 200 MB size minimum we have to give 200 GB, 200 MB. Otherwise the sync also it will be failed. So similar way I'm going to create it. So standby log files I'm going to create 4 with 200 size, 200 MB size. As of now I checked, right? There is no rows. Done. Now you can check. Earlier we tried to check. It showed no rows selected. Now 4, 5, 6 it is unassigned. Let it be. But that is fine. See, normal log files, this is for standby redo logs. So it order from 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3 already there. The size of 200 MB. That is fine. So this directory we need to create for backup purpose. So what, as I shown you here, where here, we need to create a P file on the primary side and copy to standby. We need to take a backup of the primary and then we need to copy. We need to create copy the password file that we need to copy to standby. To do all these things, we will create one directory on primary side. Okay, let me create it. Make directory chon-rf oracle :o install to backup. That is fine. Okay, I have created the backup one. ls-ltr/backup. Oracle is there. Okay, Oracle. If I mention, as of now, there is no files inside of this. Just created. No, there is no files inside of this backup one. First, we need to create sp file, p file, right? Create p file equal to this location. I'll mention prod_bkp.vara from sp file created. Now you can check any files are generated in this location. P file is there, no? That's it. That is one thing. And then Oracle home, copy $Oracle home /dbs location. Go to Oracle home dbs location ls. This is our password file. Copy password file to backup Oracle home. This we will copy to standby later on. Okay, that part is done. Let me go to that location. Now I have taken the p file backup of the primary p file and primary password file. What else? Now we need to take a backup, right? On primary side, full backup we need to take by using rman. I'll show you that. So directory we have created ba dump. I don't think it is not required. That is not required here. That is already there. If you want, we can just create it. That is fine. That is not required. Okay, that is just simply following something. Okay, to take, okay, I'll do one more time, right? Whatever the changes I did in the P file, those should, some of the parameter files will update and some of them will not update. What we did, no scope equal to both we mentioned, right? sysdba. For that, we need to shut immediate. Why? Because the parameter files which I updated, some of them I mentioned scope equal to both, some of them I mentioned scope equal to SP file. SP file will be there in this parameter file, but scope equal to both will not be copied. Why? Because that will not update in your SP file unless your database is bounced. I'll create a P file one more time. Once I bounce this, I'll create it. Let me take the command. That's it. That is not an issue. Okay. Okay. Startup. START up. That we need to note this one. What is the difference between scope equal to both, scope equal to SP file and scope equal to memory something? That is also an important thing. Okay, done. Okay, next. Let me remove that file. Backup. Even nothing will be there, it will be overwrite it, but better to remove it, no problem. Prod underscore bkp. Yes, remove it. Okay, I have removed it. Let me create it now. Done. Okay. Now we can check. Prod backup or a file is created. Now we need to take a backup. rman backup. Shutdown completed. I created the P file, that is done. So by using this script, we can take the backup, complete backup. Here we can mention the script name also. Let me take the script. And we need to mention, instead of the rags, our database name is any name we can mention. In same also you can keep it. That's not an issue. Okay, what I'm going to do it here is I'm going to connect to the target, rman target, and I'm going to switch archive log. And then I'm going to take backup to this location, backup Oracle prod with this name. And then I'm going to take complete database backup with archive logs. And then I'm going to take a standby control file backup. Then I'll make one more switch. Switch it is very important. Why? Because if you're having two groups, right? Redo, we have 3 redo log groups. At a time, redo logs will write in one group only. If you make alter system archive log current means it will switch to this one. So it will be free up. If you use one more, it will switch to here. What will happen if you use switch? If it is currently there, it is writing the archives which are there here, it won't write to archive log. Whatever the archive, once it is switched, it is free now. Then only it will write all the information to archive logs. For that purpose, we are going to switch this one. Okay. rman, where here, primary side, ls-ltr. So as of now, we don't have a backup. You know, right? Only we have this empty prod folder is there. That is okay. We have only 2 backups, password file, Avara file. So now I have initiated the rman backup. Complete. It is a script. So it is connected to the database prod db and db id is this, and it is going to take the data files system sysops undo user tables backup. Okay, and also it is going to create a control file for DR standby database purpose. Once that is done, we will copy all this information to this location. Here also we need to create one directory, mkdir-p backup /oracle. Done. I have created. Change chown-rf oracle:/o install backup. Done. We will copy that backup files, everything to this location. Okay, as of now, nothing is there in this. It is an DR node, you know, right? Standby node. Then RMN backup is completed without any issues. You can see it is initiated from here. It took the system sysaps, undo users, everything, and then it is compressed archive log things. Elapsed time completed. Standby control file it is created, and the SP file auto backup also it is there. Where it is FRA location, prod automatic location it took. Clear, no? So backups are taken. Let me check now in this location. See, these are all the backup files for standby thing, prod. So let me copy everything. Star. Let me -R F star secure copy to Oracle @DR. What is the name of this thing? DR node. DR node : backup / Oracle. It will say copy. Yes. Password for that DR node, Oracle password. Okay. Okay. Now I check, before I checked, right? No, there is no files. Now it should have all the production files is copied. DR node files has been copied, right? Yeah, done. Once it is completed here, yeah, done. 100%. Password file is copied. Prod backup.ora is copied. All standby things has been copied successfully. This backup we can restore on standby. CD/backup Oracle. We need to do the network setup also. That is one thing pending. That's it. So backup also completed. Next, what we need to do? Backup log, that's okay. So copy. We need to copy the password file, whatever we have created, right? That password file we need to reset. Alter system standby file management auto, we done that. Show parameter. This is default value. Exclusive mode only it should have. Remote login password should be exclusive mode. It is exclusive by default, exclusive. No need to update anything. This is silent mode. That's okay. Not required. Now we need to configure this network setup. We will do it. Okay. Network configuration. Standby site and all these things. Backup we have configured, and then we need to set up. Let me set up the network. Okay. Meanwhile, these two are important to disable the firewall. Otherwise, we will get some issues when we are pinging these things. TNS pingings on one node to another node. That will not ping it. Okay. Let me configure the network admin, TNS and listener files. We don't have any TNS names and listener files in this location. I'm going to create manually. Okay. Host name. Echo $Oracle_SID. Prod is my SID. Host name is prod_db. Okay. Primary side first, right? Listener, that's okay. What is our name, host name? We need to update prod_db. This one. And home is same only. Home path is same. No need to modify this. If you want, you can cross check it one more time. Home is same. This is our global DB name. Global DB name is prod. SID name is prod. That's it. Our listener name is finished. Insert, copy paste directly. Even from your end also you can configure in this way. By using Netka also we can do. In this way also we can do it. Listener is done. And then TNS names. Wherever primary.local domain is there, that could be prod_db.local domain. And wherever racks is there, our SID and service names are prod only. That's it. And standby side, what we are using SID name, the same we can use the service name. Echo $Oracle_SID. DRDB, right? We can use this service name. DRDB. Service name is DRDB. What is our host name in this node? Host name. DR node, right? Same we can use. That's it. Nothing much. Okay. That is done. Even standby side also we can make changes. DR node. This is DRDB. This is DRDB underscore DGMGRL. That is fine. Here we can use this. This is DRDB. Rax is nothing but our prod. Here is the prod. Standby is DRDB. We have this host name is this. DRDB. Almost done. Primary we need to modify, right? Primary I need to copy that name. Prod DB. DRDB, that's okay. Primary only we need to update this. That's it. Prod DB, that is fine. Prod DB, DR node, that is fine. Yep, done. So TNS names dot vara. So a listener we have configured. TNS names we need to update. It is on standby side. We'll go with this one first. Okay. VI TNS names insert. You can take same things, nothing, we no need to change anything. Listener is Rax is there, no? That we need to change. It's a prod. Prod DB, that's okay. Prod DB, prod service, DRDB, DR node, that is fine. Clear. Okay, here I haven't changed, this will make it as a prod. That's it. Same we need to configure on standby side as well. Standby side listener. Okay. Go to Oracle Home. Oracle Home Network Admin. Come on. Admin. VI listener. Insert. Listener name is fine. Protocol DR node local domain, that is fine. SID list, it is fine. DRDB SID service name. That's it. And the TNS names dot vara. VI TNS names dot vara. Let me listener DRDB, DR node, okay. Prod. It's a primary related information, DR related information. Both should be there on both the nodes. Prod, listener, TNS names should be there in standby. Standby information should be there on a prod. That's where, right? Both ways it should ping. It should communicate both ways. DRDB, that is fine. So our TNS things, those are completed. Password file which I copied to this location, right? That I need to copy to this location, DBS location. DBS location, we don't have anything on standby side. Let me copy backup Oracle, Vara PWD prod will be there, right? That I'll copy to here. And then copy init file also there, right? That also we need to take it here. Init. Okay, prod init. Prod underscore bkp dot vara. Done. I have copied these two, but name should be our SID. We have to move instead of prod DRDB. Password file name, we need to mention this one clearly. Then, if you want to update this, you can update, or else you can take a copy of this to how we are going to take DRDB unit DRDB.vara. That's fine. Backup also will be there. Prod backup, that is okay. This init is the standby one. We need to update this file. Here we have, instead of prod one, we need to mention DR. But you can remove these things also, no issues. Whatever start dot will be there, those are important things. These are all temporary things, cache things. We can remove those things. Those are not required. When you start your instance, automatically those will come up. Let me remove those lines. First 13 lines. 13 lines is completed. This directory we need to create properly. Whether we have, instead of prod, we need to mention DRDB. Okay, na? That let me check that. DRDB instead of prod. DRDB. A dump is fine. That should be. And DB audit tile 19C, that is fine. Here I mentioned DRDB. And control file is that will take it up. No need to change anything. This is fine. Also, we need to update our DB unique name. Also, we need to update. That is one thing. Here I said, right, instead of DRDB first, we need to mention here prod. Here you need to mention DRDB. DRDB. Database name, same. We should not change the database name. Destination FRA location is fine. If it is not there, we need to create FRA location also. Okay, service name, prod dot, that is okay, no problem. What is our false server? It should be prod. On primary, it should be DRDB, but standby, it should be a production from where? And this one also, we need to change this. First DRDB, comma, prod. Same way, here also, we need to DB unique name should be DRDB. Here, it is a prod. Vice versa. And also here we are going to change this also, right? Service name should be prod. Okay. Also, I need to update this one, DB unique name, DRDB, where I'll update it here. Star dot DB unique name equal to single quote DRDB. I'll mention that. That's it. DB unique name is DRDB. That is fine. Whether these directories are there or not, we need to check. Okay. And also we need to create it. Okay. ls-ltr. No, it is not there. mkdir-p, create it. Done. And also we need to check this directory also should be there. A dump. If it is not, you can create it. It is not there. mkdir-p, create it. That is done. And automatically this will be there. Why? Because it's a part of, okay, it is Vara data level, right? It should be there. I already created. I'm sure that. Yeah, it is there. Vara data also there. A dump also we have. These are the important directories which we need to create. Apart from that, everything is fine. Yeah, these are all remaining are normal. That's okay. If you want, you can keep some time for manual. Remove the standby file management auto. We can make it as manual. I'll do it by using the alter command also. Clear now, guys? Everything is clear. Service name is prod DXB, that is database name service. Okay. Save it. So I have updated my parameter file on standby. Done. What I need to do? I need to ping PWD network admin. Listener, I need to check whether my listeners are up and running on both the nodes, ls, nr, ctl. First, check the status. Nothing. Stop. Nothing is started. No, we can start also. Let me check on primary first. ls, nr, ctl status. Nothing is running on it. Okay. Let me start the listener. It is started. What is our service name? Prod. Okay. And then you need to start the listener from here also. Start start. What happened? Oh, power. Come on. Done. Oops. We are about to shut down this laptop. Okay, that is fine. What is our service name here? DRDB. So our listener is up and running. STATUS. Done, no? Let me check the TNS ping. TNS ping should be ping on both the ways. TNS ping DRDB. Okay. DRDB, it is failed. Where it is? Okay, that is fine. And TNS name prod, it is also failed. Resolve the names. That's okay. We'll check that. Insert. Oh. Exit. TNS names. Go down, press insert and go paste it. Okay, let me check DNS ping prod. Okay, it is pinging. From standby, prod is pinging. DRDB, it is pinging. Similar way, DNS ping, DRDB should be ping from prod. It is a prod server, no? And both the ways. So network is perfect now. Issue is this only. We are giving the wrong name. Instead of TNS names.vara, we given TNS name.vara. It is a big mistake. Okay, that is fine. Okay, then we can start. Backup we already copied. Password file we did. These parameter files we have updated properly. Then we can start our standby database in no mode. Startup no mode. P file equal to standby database. PWD. Go back and then DBS location. PW. Okay, let me start my database. Standby database in no mode. P file equal to. Okay. P file equal to single code. This path. DR name. That's it. We are going to start database, DR database, no mode, using the modified the parameter file. It is no mode. Then, if you want, you can make it a manual way because there could be any issues. After that, we can make it auto. It should be auto. After that, after we restore it, we can make it back this thing. Then connected to rman using sys @prod. What is this meaning mean? rman target, rman prompt is going to connect with the production. It is the primary one. And auxiliary to our database is auxiliary. Okay, I'll show you that. It is a standby database, DR node. We need to provide this is password. Done. What will happen? See here, it is connected to the production primary database with the DB ID. Also, it is connected to this auxiliary database. Okay, auxiliary database name also same, production. SID is different, DRDB. Not mounted. We just started no mount, right? It is not mounted. Now we are going to do the standby one. Duplicate target database for standby. This will create your standby database using the backup which we copied from the primary to standby. Duplicate target database for standby. That's it. No file name check means exactly the file structure and all. FRA location, it is failed. That is okay. That is okay. We need to check this one, whether all the files are copied to this location or not. This, even I tried in previous one also, there could be some FRA location which we mentioned. The parameter is not mentioned in our P file. No such file or directory. It is looking for this location, prod, auto backup and something. So that is okay. Here it is DRDB, right? It is not the prod thing. That is fine. So it is going to restore all the backup files like system, sysox, undo, everything it is going to restore now. Once that is done, if you update it properly, the FRA location also here, we will not get that issue. But there could be some FRA here also, no such file or directory, right? That's okay. Once that is done, we can create SP file from this P file, and then we will do shutdown immediate, and then yeah, finished. Here we don't see any issues. It could be successfully completed. Then we are used, which one we used to start this P file database? We started using P file, right? Start up using this P file. Yeah. Now I'm going to create a SP file from that P file to connect to the database. sysdba create. As of now, we don't have SP file in our home location. Okay, I'll show you that, then I'll create it. We don't have SP file here. We have P file. By using P file only, we started this restoration. Create SP file from P file. What is the P file location of P file name? This one, semicolon. Now we can see SP file has been created. Now we can shut down the DB, use, and then we can start the DB that will read the SP file. Shut immediate. Shut immediate. Then we will start it up. Start up. Database standby, right? It is not open. It is read-only mode. It should come up. It is mounted. Now instantly shut down. Let me start up. Start up. Then we need to disconnect this. MRP should be enabled. If you want, we can go to the archive log location, not alert log location, or diag or dbms trace. Here we have alert log. Let me open tail-100f alert log. Okay. 100f alert log. Let it be. Alert log also we will monitor. Database we are going to start it up. It is mounted. Archives. We will check that archive logs also over there and here. That is okay. Let it. FRA level we have some issues also. That is okay. Some of the parameters, whether alter database mount. Alter database open is going to open it. It should be on read only mode. It should not be on read, right? Let it be. After that, we can use alter database, record manage standby, no delay, and then we can check the sequence, archive log sequence. Maximum performance as our primary database enabled on maximum. It is shrinking now. Archives moving up and some errors, trace files. That is okay. Manage standby recovery, not using real-time apply. Required recovery. There are some this file is required a recovery and all. Okay, I'll show you that in 1 minute. We'll see now. Manage recovery, start real-time apply. Database, manage database, no delay. That is fine. We are not seeing anything. Archive logs, but what is the status of this? We have 22 archive things. It is not applied. Let it be. It will take some time, and then we'll see. If you want, we can start and stop for this one archive log one cancelled, and then we can restart it. Let me check the status of this. Physical standby, its status is mounted. If it is there, it will show that sequence, but it is not showing archives. MRP, we need to enable it. Let me check that MRP one. Okay, finally, the archive shrink has been happened from primary to standby. What we did is we just started up. It is not taken up. I have shut about it, and then I make it start up, and then while I'm starting up, I have switched some logs. Okay, if I want, we can see log switch. 3 more. 34. Done now. So it is on shrink up and up to date shrink. So if you want to see the status, it should be on read only thing. Read only physical standby. Let me. Okay, session is recording. No. Okay. So it is our primary database. So it's a racks, read, write, and primary. Here what happened? It's the racks. Database name is same, but it's a read-only mode and physical standby. If it will work here or not, I don't know. Let me check whether it will work the same kind of solution. Another DR. Okay. Okay, let me check exit. SQL plus as sysdba. Remove this. Physical standby mount, right? Shut abort. It is a physical standby. It should not be another thing. Okay, leave it. Then let me switch some archives. Let me check the maximum. 125 is a 22 archives. We'll make it few archive switch. So what is the sequence here? 24. Okay. After that, what we did is start shut abort and then start up. It is a similar kind of one. It should sometime one environment it should work, another environment it may not take that action plan. It is different, right? Environment to environment. But in this environment, the same issue we got it and we fixed it in the same manner. Okay. Alter database recovery things and all. Here, I think it may not work. Again, we need to stop the MRP, again, restart the MRP, and we need to shut down the, shut about this database, and then it should sync it. So fetching the gap from this media recovery, and it could be failed it. Archive log entry added. Primary database is maximum performance mode. Okay, that's it, no? Now archives are up to date, it is shrinking. We can monitor this in standby database side. If you are going to check maximum log sequence is 34. If again somebody has been written, like on our primary database, we are writing on frequent logs, which will be there if more transactions are there, then the count will be increased. Immediately it is applying 36 now. So our database is up and running, up to date shrinking with the DR 37. 37. Okay. 19 is our primary, 124 is our standby. If you want to see it is a standby and primary, check this physical standby. It is archives are applying. It is failing again with the same data file. That's okay. Same error we got it now here when we initially started up. See here 1110. But what we did is we try to start this alter session thing. And then what we did is alter database open. Again, we got that error and we made it shut abort. Okay. We got the same thing. Shut abort. That is done. Here also we did the same thing. And then we make it startup. While we are making startup, we generated some alter system switch logs on primary. That's the primary. Then make it start up. It may work, may not. It depends on the environment. But in this case, it is worked. Here it should show that error. Oops, it worked. Same issue has been fixed up. Okay. Let me check archive log. 25. 22. It is going to up. Like if you can apply multiple archives here, alter system switch log file, and then it will take it up. 22 archives has been applied as of now. 28 now. 26. It will like after some time it will up like 22 to 26 it came, right? It may take some time and then it will apply it. So finally, we successfully completed the DR activity with some issues, but issue is good to know only. Sometimes no same thing we are doing, but it won't fix the tissue. 26, it will apply slowly. That's okay. It is coming like archives are coming from this primary to here. 22 to 26 it came, and after some time it will switch it again. Okay. Thanks, guys. It concludes our 19C DR setup.